Morning. As you can tell, we're not in the peak. They were kind of having a hard. I'm the last. You understand, know how it works. Last guy in, usually the first one out. It's not out. They didn't have nothing for me to do today. They were struggling to find stuff for other owner operators. So we I decided to say, hey, look, that's fine. I understand. I'll take the day off and I'll work on my truck. That's what we're going to do. But I am now headed over to Bath. Now headed over to Bath to a store called Bath Industrial Sales. They got one of the largest selections of tools in the area. So I'm going to run over there and see if they have what they call a Torx Plus bit set. So I can change the actuators on the motor. Well, I'm left there. Everything they have, the smallest thing they have, right, goes down to is a T8. I need a T6. And I'll show you later in the video why I need a T6. So I am running down, just trying to find, I just need the T6. That's all I need. T10 and the T6, sorry, T10 and the T6. The T6 is what I need the most right now. Okay, I went to that Bath Industrial Sales. Found this right here. 208 piece. It's got that star bit with the one in the center. They called that a tamper-proof one. That still will work for the Torx Plus. I bought it. Of course, I wasn't going to open it up, then put it on the shelf. And I asked the guy if he'd open it. He says you got to buy it before you open it. So then I could return it. Well, I open it up. It goes down to a T8, or what they call a TT8, or TP8, sorry, tamper-proof 8. I need a 6. I opened it up right there in front of the guy. He's like, "Nah, I can't take it back, can't return it." Oh well, that was 50 bucks. No, 50? Anyway, so it cost me about 50, 60 bucks, or between 40 and $60. I can't exactly remember. I got the receipt in my pocket, but I'm not gonna do that. But I need that 6 to, and as I said, the reason why I need the 6 is I'll show you later in the video. Well, I swung by here at Tractor Supply just on a hope and a prayer to find a T6. Well, guess what? I did find a T6, and it's in this hobby knife and precision screwdriver set right there. Torx Tamper TT6 and a T6. So I got all the tools I need. Let's get home, grab the truck, get it down to the shop, and get these 2 solenoids changed. All right, show you what we're trying to do. The engine brake on this truck's got 3 stages. You got stage 1, which is low, stage 2, which is medium, stage 3 is 1 and 2, so that's high. This is stage 2. This is one that we wound up fixing with the engine harness. And you'll listen and you'll hear it come down and stop like it's supposed to. Like that. Well, this is stage 1. This is the one I'm having the issues with. This is low. See, I've got to fix that. And that's what this part is for. Let's back it in the building and start working on it. Step 1, open the hood so I can expose the motor. Yay. Step 2, I gotta get this off. You're not gonna believe what I just found. A T10. T6. Now, if I can return at least one of those parts, I'll get some of my money back, but I got what I need right there. Great. I should have come down here and looked, but the T6 is such a rarity. It's not even funny. But I gotta get the hoses off so I can, because this is stage 1. This is the one we gotta work on. This is stage 2, then stage 3 is all. And these are the wiring harnesses I wound up replacing them to get stage 2 to work right. Now we get stage 1 to work right. The engine brake will be working the way it should. But I gotta get those off. All right, everything's out of the way. Now let's remove this cover. Okay, cover's off. I've been told all it is just change these two. Pull these 4 screws out, which are the 10s. Pull these out, put the new ones in. You just have to be careful with them, that's all. And do that one. It should just pop out. Undo this one. This one should, helps if I grab it in the right spot. Pop out. Alright, I'm gonna grab the T10, get these 4 off, pull them out. I want to make sure I don't have to adjust them or anything like that. And the channel I've been watching, having to do a lot with these cat engines, is the Adept Ape channel. Josh, I think he's a master cat mechanic. He's out on his own now. He used to work for a couple of cat dealers, but now he's out on his own, the Adept Ape channel. If you got a cat engine, I strongly suggest going to check him out. Got a lot of content on there. And he was also the one that says it's a Torx Plus, but a Torx will work. I also got to return the old ones because there is cores on these things. It's like 90 bucks in core, 90 bucks for cores. So we'll see. I got new screws for each one. And the T6, I'll show you what the T6 is for here in a few minutes. But first, let's get these things swapped out. We're gonna take these 4 out. I'm just trying to be very careful because these, I don't have a Torx Plus. I'm gonna be real careful on taking these things, trying to take these off and tightening them. Before I pulled those screws, I should have made sure these are the exact ones. Looks correct. That looks correct. Now the T6 is to remove these 2 after you get these 4 in. Oh, I better put the new bolts and screws in there. I got 2 bags of screws. I got 2 bags with 8. Okay. Okay, I figured out why. You look here. All C11, C13, and BXS series only. C15 only. You go to this one here. Oh, the other thing is to look at on them. 43 millimeters long. .3 millimeter long, all C15 except BXS. This is an NXS, so I'm pretty sure these are the ones I'm going to need. Okay, yep, this is the one I need. The exact length. This is a new one I just pulled out. This one goes in there. Okay, now I'm gonna pull this one out. Straight up. Whoa. Whoa. I don't think that's supposed to happen. Well, that could be my reason why. I take this one, the brand new one, set it in there. Here's the T10. I have no way of knowing the torque. He says you gotta torque them, but I don't have a like a little torque screwdriver or something like that, anything like that to do this. So I'm just trying to go by the tension that I had when I tried to pull them off. Now, the number 6, as I said, is to pull these two screws off, these two off. They are, as Josh said, they were only there to keep it for shipping. Made me nervous because I thought it wasn't coming out. Okay, there's that and there's that. Now connect this one. I said I want to do one at a time just so I don't screw something up. Okay, there's those two. I'm gonna get this back together. All right, let's get this one off. Looks like this one's gonna come apart too. Yep, it did. Could that have been my issue? I do not know. I already got this one prepared. I don't want to over tighten it and snap those. Stick this in the bag. In the box. Plug this in. Secure it. Pick up my trash. I'm gonna leave the cover off. We'll see if it fix the issue with the engine brake. I'm going to pull this cover off the top of that. I'm going to set this back here. Let's see if it works. You heard it. No, it did not. I might have to buy this whole piece right here. It's this. I think it's this one right here. I think it's this one. I don't know. This one here is hanging out and it's real loose. You cannot buy a rebuild kit for these. You got oil pouring out of that. I'm gonna pull this cover and see if this does the same exact thing. Okay, let's see if this hole and this hole both have oil coming out of them. This one does right now. I don't know about this one. I'm gonna check, take a look at this one here and see what's going on with that. Fingers clear. Before I say the repair was completely unsuccessful, the motor is not up to temperature, operating temp. She's still on the cool side at 150 degrees oil temp. Let's take it for a ride and then we'll see. Get it up to temp and go from there. I'm gonna get this thing back together. Before I throw that on, let's fix this issue of the heat shield here. She broke there, blown out up here. So I'll probably have to put a fat washer underneath there. Somehow. I'll do what I can. I do need to fix this so it stops. This plate likes to come down and tap on the turbo. That's where the turbo's just below that. That keeps the heat from the turbos off of it. I did find what I was looking for. Universal exhaust hanger. So I cut a small piece off. We're just gonna bolt it there. Just like that. But bring... Ooh, don't fall. That'll make a noise. Bring it up like something like that. And then bolt it on. I'll have to drill a hole here and put a bolt here to hold it. So this other side here, I'm gonna have to figure something out. Bigger washer or something. This part's secured. Now let's work on this right here. I got this one on. I wound up having to flip the bolt around. Just trying to put the nut, put the washer, lock washer and the nut on back here was not gonna happen. So I flipped it around. I got it good and snug. See, that's a repair I just did. So that's good and snug. So that shouldn't wander around. Plus, you see right here, it's starting to wear into this plastic. These things here are such a pain to get in place because you can try to line up that one over there, this one here, and this one here, all at the same time. Now it's time to start tightening clamps. I managed to get everything to, all except for this one here. You gotta push it in further. There we go. All right, get these clamps tightened up. That clamp is secured. So yeah, I think we're about ready to fire it up. I want to just, oh, I gotta take care of this stuff. All I did was put a thin layer right here on my fingers and rub it around enough to get it in. But that one's secured, that one's secured. That's secured now. So that's good. I said that it didn't fix it earlier. The motor oil's still it's not up to full operating temp, so it might still skip and hang until the motor's up to full operating temperature. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take it for a ride, get it up to temp, and see if that fixes it. See if that did fix it. Actually, before I take off, okay, so why is not flashing? Because the turn signal's not on. I was out on a job site and they said the light wasn't working. Okay, turn the four-ways on. See if it works now. See, that light works. That one's working. That one's working. I don't know. They said it wasn't working. It's working. Alright, managed to make it through town without using the engine brake. Oil temperature's up to about 205. Let's see. That's low. I put on stage 2 medium where the center one is not being used, the one that we worked on. Okay. On. Off like it's supposed to. Now let's do low, which is the one that replaced the 2 solenoids on. Okay, that's on. Didn't fix the issue. Now here's the high, all 3. No. I think I gotta buy a whole new compression brake head. I just got off the phone with Peterbilt and Caterpillar to get the whole new actuator housing. I mean, Cat's got it in stock, but they want $1,600. It's $1,200 plus a $400 core. Right now I'm been texting with the mechanic that I had do the wiring harness on the motor, and he's now, I told where I replaced these, he's now thinking it is there's something messed up in the housing. It's not like a Jacobs engine brake, an actual Jake brake. They sell rebuild kits for those. I just talked to the guy and he says, it's like $300 for the rebuild kit. Great. But I said, it's Cat compression brake, and I gave him the part number, with 20R0271. And I told him, I said, if that's a rebuild kit for it, I said, great, I'll take it. He goes, yeah, that's for Jacobs engine brake 340C. No, it's not. That's not what I have. So, back to square one again. There's $500 I just threw into the motor that it didn't need. It probably needs the whole housing. But I'm gonna return these and try to get there's like a $90 core on these things, so I'm gonna go back, try to get at least $100 back. So it's $400 I threw at this. It didn't need. So, oh man, this sucks. So, all right. I'm gonna call it here. Please like, share, subscribe, comment. Stay safe. I'll see you in the next one.